So all of these cars in this row are options for me. They're all EV options. I've come to Hendy's showroom in Eastleigh to test drive and find out more. So Mark, what do I need to consider when I'm thinking about buying the right car for me?
Some of it is kind of mapping how you currently drive, the kind of journeys that you do, and then overlaying that with charging capacity both at home and on your journeys. But it's really about deciding how you're going to use your vehicle and will you need to change your habits, because some of this can be quite transformational in terms of how you have to adapt your lifestyle. But I think it's being prepared for it makes that journey a lot easier.
So let's have a look at that Mazda MX-30. The one distinguishing feature before we even get in the car is these doors, freestyle doors, which means the back doors are a little bit weird and wonderful, and they open like this. They're kind of mini doors. Kind of works. Oh, it's nice. I like it in here. And what's really interesting is this cork here. All this cork inlay is sustainable cork. And Mazda, believe it or not, power button on, used to be a cork company. So it's a bit of a nod to their heritage. I'm guessing the downside of this car is that it has only 121 miles range, which, you know, it depends it's always the same. It depends what you're going to use it for, how often, how many long journeys, all of that kind of stuff. That's the first thing always to check. What's the range? So before we even get to the motorway, I know what the decision is about this car. This is too small. Two of my boys are above 6'1". Them trying to get in those little doors, neat and stylish as they are, that's not going to work for me. So this already, sadly, is a no. I say sadly because it's a nice drive. So what does the market feel like for you at the moment? I mean, we're hearing so much about the demise of the petrol diesel engine. Does it feel good for you guys?
There's a lot of interest, there's a lot of curiosity, there's a degree of apprehension rather than fear. I think what we saw really early were the early adopters, and now we've got kind of mainstream consumers thinking that EV could be the right solution. And I think what they have to do is evaluate, first of all, do they have the capacity for a charge point at home? Because I think that's quite a crucial decision. And if they don't, where's the closest charge point to their home that's accessible? So it's on people's radar right now.
The Honda E, they've gone for quirk. They've gone for, like, you know, if you were a mini driver bumbling around town with your Union Jack on and you wanted to go for an E car and you like quirky, this could be it. See, there's no wing mirrors, they're cameras, that's why. That's weird. That's really weird. Like, that's the first time I've experienced a camera rear view mirror, and it's freaking me out, man. There's something about it that, okay, I'm getting used to it, but immediately your eyes go, what? This is cute, this car. There's no doubt about it. If this car was like your family dog, it would be like the little terrier with his tongue hanging out and he's always excited and ready to go. That's what this car would be. It's really cute. It's kind of happy. So how do you see your job evolving? I mean, as a dealer, as a salesperson, is it changing?
It has a real impact on our role, and I see our role shifting to an advisor, and actually it becomes more complicated, more detailed, but I think it gives us the opportunity to create a real long-lasting relationship in giving expert advice and helping people make the right decision.
The MG ZS EV. Always wanted an MG. So what's nice is Apple iPlay, well, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are in this car. I like the screen size as well. It just all feels quite good. But it's great to have that, isn't it? I mean, that's what we want. The real world range isn't bad at all, 150 miles. And I like that. So if it's really busy at the moment, how does that affect the customer? Are there, longer delivery times, for example?
I think the biggest impact on delivery times has been the global pandemic right now. I think if customers have a degree of flexibility around maybe colour, but they've selected the right model, the right power solution, whether it's plug-in or full battery electric. If there's flexibility, I think we can find solutions in a fairly sensible timescale.
And normally when I'm buying a car, I'm thinking second-hand, new, and frankly, most people don't buy a new car because financially it sometimes makes more sense just to buy a slightly older one. Is that the same with EV?
So I think the previously owned market is quite small and narrow right now, purely based on the amount of vehicles that have been in the market since launch. But that will grow quite quickly over the next 2 or 3 years, I would suggest. I think some of the brands that were very early into the EV market, there are pockets of stock around the UK.
Because I know we've got the whole grant situation to consider as well. So sometimes would it be better to buy a new one?
I think right now, probably a new vehicle with a grant, there's probably not the differential you would normally experience between a previously owned vehicle and a new one. I think that will change because that grant's attached to the vehicle, so it will go with the vehicle. So in time, someone buying perhaps a 12-month or 24-month-old electric vehicle will see the benefit in terms of the gap between that and brand new.
Jaguar I-Pace, I'm really excited about this one. It's, top of the range, isn't it? So here we go, the I-Pace. It's already a bit of a legend. 2019 launch, 62 awards, including World Car of the Year. That's not bad, is it? I expect they're pretty thrilled with that. Quite excited in a rather naughty way because of its 0 to 60, which is phenomenal, and really exciting to see where electric cars can be, because it's 4.5 seconds 0 to 60. When you compare that to like a Ferrari can be between like 3.9 to 4.4 seconds. That's amazing. This is an electric car. That's fantastic news. So this is top level electric car. This or a Tesla, you got some money in the bank. There's the downside right there. But there are plenty of ups. What are you seeing from manufacturers? I mean, there's so much talk about will even hybrid be relevant in the future, or do we just all need to go to pure EV? I mean, the customer is so confused. What are you seeing from the manufacturers?
I'm seeing probably two directions. So pure EV is very much on the agenda, but so is plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. And if you look at the latest government information, 2030 pure EV, but there's another 5-year window where a vehicle that can drive an unprescribed number of miles on electric has a place for the next 5 years, so up to 2035. So I think we'll see plug-in hybrid until 2035 at the very earliest.
The Lexus. Not sure about the interior. I know it doesn't matter, but it does matter. It so matters. You're in it all the time. It's got, what's that down there? That I'm not looking on this bit down here. Look. Oh, these little bits here look like horns and kind of are distracting me a little bit. This is a new model though. This was only launched early 2021. So it really still has to prove itself a bit. And there's not, as such, much data. Oh, it's a bit, you know, it's not so smooth braking wise. Okay, so I've got my car, I've got my charging point, I've got my lead, and I'm driving along and everything's great until it's not and I break down. What do I do now?
I think the technology will change. Right now, taking it to the franchise dealer that represents that brand is the obvious thing to do. They have trained technicians who know exactly how to work on these vehicles. They are a little different, and that's why we invest in the training with the brand to make sure that we got the right skills and the right technical equipment to support servicing and repairs. But not every dealer can do that right now, particularly independents who are used to working on internal combustion engine vehicles. But that will change and people will adapt.
There is a lot to choose from. So Honda, Hyundai, Jaguar, Lexus, MG. Tough decision to make. Have I decided though? I might have. That's for another film. This. It's not very. It doesn't work. Hold on. Open. Ah, no, it's because it's got its own thingy. There, look. Nice. That's cute. I like that. And so much easier. Like, it's just exactly where you need it. Shut them. Oh, I have to shut you manually. Okay, I get it. Cute car. Always a good move to get out of the dealer's car park without crashing their car on a test drive, I find. You know they're sitting inside watching to check you're not crashing their car. It's the first one that I haven't been able to work out how to drive. So, give me a clue. Oh, right. Okay, I'm in. Bye.